Let's talk with Justin Stine of the website and blog Ramblin Fan. Justin, welcome to Sports Buzz. My name is Butch Stearns. Good to have you, my friend.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I would imagine, before we talk about all the off-season additions and all the enthusiasm, that it begins, if not ends, with Sam Bradford about the enthusiasm for the Rams, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's first and foremost he's the reason why, maybe not the only reason, but the main reason why the excitement's back here in St. Louis. I mean, he does everything right. Not only is he talented, but he's great with the media. He's the hardest working guy on the team. And, I mean, I've never met anybody who doesn't just love the kid as our quarterback.
Well, let me ask you and give you some perspective, at least in my opinion, and tell me why you think it'll be one way or the other. So like Troy Aikman, like John Elway, Sam Bradford got a chance to play right away. Unlike those guys, he had success right away, like Matt Ryan. But Matt Ryan even had a sophomore slump. Why is it going to be progression and Sam Bradford take this team to the next level? Why, in your opinion, is he going to go to that direction as opposed, why is he going to go in the positive direction as opposed to struggle this year?
Well, first of all, not just the talent, but the work ethic that he has makes it hard for me to believe that he's going to take a step back. Now, but there are a couple things working against him. The lockout didn't help, and we brought in a new offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, so he has to learn a whole new offense. But the Rams front office did a great job putting pieces around him, shoring up the offensive line, getting a couple wide receivers to help out. And, I mean, I just find it hard to believe that he could take a step back. As much as he works, he's got his nose in the playbook all the time. I mean, even on his days off. I can't imagine that he's going to take a step back.
You write an article, Justin. There is an article on your website about their off-season and the predictions. So update us on what they have done in the off-season and why you're so excited. I know they signed Mike Sims Walker. That's about as far as I've looked in to what the Rams have done.
Yeah, we needed help. We needed a big wide receiver to help in the red zone, and we stretched out a little bit through the draft and getting Anthony Pettis and Greg Salas in the third and fourth round, two bigger guys, good hands. But we really felt like we needed a guy who could come in and be a number one, and Mike Sims Walker looks like that guy. He was impressive in the scrimmage over the weekend. Caught three passes for 71 yards and a touchdown, and so we're really excited about that move. A couple of the other big moves, signed Quentin Michael, former Eagles safety, and we lost to Shimago Otagwe in free agency earlier in the year, so that was a big spot we needed filled. And also signed guard Harvey Dahl, who was a pretty nasty run blocker, and that's what Steven Jackson signing.
Well, you brought
Steven loves that signing, so.
You brought up Steven Jackson. I want to ask you about him. They brought in Cadillac Williams too, also, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How is
Harris Norwood?
Two questions about Jackson. One, how did he welcome, at least publicly, Jarius Norwood and Cadillac Williams coming in, and how do you think he's reacting to them? And second of all, how is he viewed in St. Louis? Is he viewed as the guy who has all the talent and has been on a bad team for a while, or is he a guy that still has to prove what he can be consistently in the NFL?
As far as his feelings on the signings, publicly he says all the right things. I mean, he said from the very beginning that he doesn't want to share his position. He wants to get all the carries. But I think he realizes at this point in his career that having a backup, somebody that can carry the load if he goes down, or somebody that can take a few carries a game is important. I mean, he's not a young man anymore. His running style is not conducive to playing a long time in the NFL. So, I mean, he said all the right things, and I think actually maybe for the first time in his career, he is actually happy to have someone else in there who can take the load off him a little bit. As far as your second question, I mean, St. Louis loves Steven Jackson. We feel like he's underrated around the league, to be honest with you. I mean, we feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He's been on so many bad teams, but I mean, the guy does it all. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He's a power rusher, can rush between the tackles. He can make people miss. And I just hope his window doesn't close as an elite running back before, he can really prove how good he is.